Sonic Frontiers releases in a little more than 2 weeks, and I have honestly never been excited for anything like this in a very long time. After years of getting just mediocre or generally garbage Sonic titles, it looks like Sonic Frontiers might be the best Sonic game since the adventure game. And I'm not going to give Frontiers all the credit here because it's very obvious that it borrows some things from previous Sonic entries. It could just be simple references like some of the combat moves Sonic can use, or just entire levels ripped from previous Sonic games. Regardless, there is one aspect of Sonic Frontiers that hasn't really been acknowledged much officially by Sega, and that is cosmetic customization. Cosmetics are a feature that haven't really been featured in many Sonic games before. The adventure games had cosmetics in the form of upgrades, Forces gave you multiple things to customize your avatar character with, and Colors Ultimate just tried its best. But with Sonic Frontiers, it seems to me at least like the game is finally including customization for Sonic that is actually good. I don't mean to harp on the negatives of Colors Ultimate again, because God knows how many times I've done that, but the customization in that game was just horrendous. All we got in Colors Ultimate were just recolors and some, and I mean very few, actual good cosmetics that reference previous source material. But in Sonic Frontiers, we've already seen a total of 4 customizable outfits that Sonic can wear. The most notable addition for me at least are the soap shoes from Sonic Adventure 2. This is something I've been asking for since when Colors Ultimate got announced, and I'm glad we can finally use them again in a mainline Sonic game. Yeah, I know they were technically in Forces, but you were only able to use them on your avatar character. I know this is a very minor addition, hell, it probably didn't take much effort to add them in, but I appreciate the fan service even if it's a very minor addition. Recently, Sega revealed that Sonic Frontiers will be releasing a collaboration with the Monster Hunter series in the form of an outfit for Sonic, along with the cooking mini. Not only are they adding an extra outfit for Sonic, which looks really cool by the way, but they are also adding a whole cooking minigame in a free update that launches a week after the game's launch. This is the type of stuff I want to see from collaborations. This is genuinely so sick. It just makes me wonder what other collaborations they could add, which we'll talk about later. Speaking of collaborations, in Japan, pre-orders of Sonic Frontiers will come with these VTuber inspired gloves and shoes for Sonic. Now, I'm not familiar with the whole VTuber scene, but on the surface, I think it's really neat how they are not only collaborating with big names like Monster Hunter, but are also collaborating with individual creators. Now, the VTuber in question may be linked to a larger company that I don't know about because, again, I'm not entirely familiar with that whole thing, but I think it's cool nonetheless. Even though we most likely won't see these cosmetics in other versions of the game besides Japan, I still think they look nice. And now for the final confirmed cosmetic. If you bought the digital deluxe version of Sonic Frontiers, then you will be given a mini digital soundtrack and art book, extra collectibles for Sonic, and these shoes and gloves. I mean, they look alright, but they're not necessarily something I would spend $10 extra to receive. But hey, if you're into the other benefits that the digital deluxe version includes, then this just may be the cherry on top for you. But I think it was a highly missed opportunity for Sega to include these shoes in the digital deluxe version rather than the freaking soap shoes, but I digress. Now, there's obviously going to be more cosmetics in the game, either through future collaborations or just unlockable as you progress through the game. Let's talk about some I would like to see. First up, we got Sonic Riders. Since the soap shoes from SA2 are already being added to the game, I don't see why Sonic's outfits from some of his other games can't be added as well. I've always been a fan of Sonic's look in the Riders games. The shoes look cool and all, but I think the glasses really finish the look. And to add to the outfit, I think they should add the gravity bracelet thing from Sonic Riders Zero Gravity somewhere. I understand that the Riders series may have been an obscure game to most people, but for the fans of the game like myself, I think this would serve as the perfect love letter nonetheless. Next up, we have Movie Sonic. Marketing gimmicks aside, I think the Puma shoes from the Sonic movies would just be plain cool to see. It could even be an official collaboration with Puma, I don't know. The shoes look awesome, and I think it would be way better than just slapping a Movie Sonic model into the game. I can definitely see why Sega would do this too. A lot of new fans were introduced to the Sonic series through the Sonic movies, so having a reference to arguably the thing that boosted Sonic's popularity again would be perfect for Sonic Frontiers. Oh, Sonic Unleashed, what a great game. It had a great story, mostly good gameplay, and an amazing ending. The game ended with Chip being sealed into the earth after defeating Dark Gaia, leaving Sonic with his necklace slash bracelet slash ring thing. The game ends with Sonic putting on the bracelet and running into the distance, flipping beautiful. But why haven't we seen Sonic wear that bracelet ever again? I really wish that this bracelet became a staple of Sonic's design for continuity purposes, but no. They had to go and completely overhaul the direction and tone of the series with Sonic Sonic colors. So I think with Sonic Frontiers already adding a load of fan service, they should just add Chip's ring or bracelet or necklace or whatever you want to call it to Sonic Frontiers. But as far as other cosmetics from when Sonic Unleashed go, I believe they can maybe add the Hedgehog shoes, just for a little something extra if you want to go for the whole Unleashed look. The Hedgehog sucked, but since the combat is looking way better in Sonic Frontiers, I think it would just make sense for Sonic to have spikes on his shoes because, well, I mean, it just makes sense. But I would be more than happy if they just added Chip's necklace. It would be the perfect way of referencing Sonic Unleashed, which nowadays is considered to be one of the best Sonic games. Other playable characters besides Sonic are pretty unlikely to be in Sonic Frontiers if you ask me, but hey, they could always add some extra cosmetics for Sonic that we're taking from those characters. For example, they could add Shadow's shoes, they could add Silver's gloves, there's multiple things from other characters that Sonic could wear in Frontiers. Yeah, I would much rather have, you know, other playable characters in Frontiers, but I just don't think that's very likely. Maybe for DLC someday, but I'm honestly not too sure. But this is by far my #1 pick for cosmetics I want them to add in Sonic Frontiers. Now let's take a history lesson real quick. Remember Sonic Lost World? Maybe, maybe not. It's kind of a bad game. But nowadays, many people play the game on PC, but it was originally a Wii U exclusive. And since it was a Nintendo console exclusive, DLC levels were added that were inspired of other IPs like The Legend of Zelda and Yoshi's Island. But what's even cooler is when you played the Zelda level, Sonic would wear Link's costume. This was so freaking cool, and I would love to see it return in Frontiers. But here's the main issue. Since Zelda is a Nintendo-owned IP, I just can't see this being added, at least to all platforms. The PC version of Sonic Lost World does not have the Nintendo DLC in it, and yeah, I know that there's mods to restore the DLC, but it's not officially available due to Zelda being a Nintendo exclusive IP. So if they do somehow find a way to add the cosmetic to Frontiers, then it would unfortunately most likely be a Nintendo Switch exclusive thing, which really sucks because the Switch version of Frontiers looks like utter garbage. But I'll be honest, if they do add the Link Sonic to the Switch version, then I would buy it. But hey, mods on the PC version of the game would probably add it just like how the DLC was restored for Lost World, so that's a good. But yeah, that's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for today's video, guys. Let me know what you think about the customization in Sonic Frontiers, and let me know some cosmetics you would like to see. With that being said, guys, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you all later. Goodbye.